Welcome to part 2 of this mini-series of videos explaining how to set up and use BRAdmin Professional to configure and monitor Brother devices over the internet through Microsoft Azure. In the previous video, I explained how to create the necessary Microsoft Azure resources. A link to it is now on your screen. In this video, I'm going to explain how to use these Azure resources when setting up BRAdmin, which, when used to manage remotely connected Brother devices over the internet, is referred to as BRAdmin Master. In part 3, I will explain how to create and install the client version of BRAdmin, which is one of two ways to get remote Brother devices communicating with Azure. In part 4, I will explain the alternative way by getting Brother devices communicating with Azure Direct. In the final video, I will return to the BRAdmin Master in order to view remotely connected devices. Links to all these additional videos are in the description. Let's get started. First, you will need to download BRAdmin Professional 4 by visiting support.brother.com. From here, select your region and country. I will click Europe because I'm based in the UK, and I will select United Kingdom. Click the Product Search button, then select one of the products that BRAdmin will be managing. You can do this either by searching for its model name or selecting it from one of these product categories. Once you have selected your product, click the Downloads button. Then select your operating system. Please note that BRAdmin Professional 4 will only run in Windows. Scroll almost to the bottom of the Downloads page, then find and click the BRAdmin Professional 4 option. Accept the End User License Agreement by clicking the EULA button, which will download BRAdmin. When you are ready, run the installer and follow the on-screen instructions, accepting all the default options. When the installation is finished, open BRAdmin. Before I explain how to connect BRAdmin to Azure, I'm going to remove the two local devices that BRAdmin automatically discovered shortly after opening it. I am only doing this so that I don't accidentally get these local devices mixed up with those communicating with Azure. Please note that this step is not essential, and you can choose to ignore it if you want. To do this, I will click the Select All box. Then from the right-hand menu, click the Show All option just above Instant Tasks, where I can delete them from the device list. After confirming that I want to remove these devices, I am now going to stop BRAdmin from rediscovering them. To do this, I will click the Settings icon, then select the Device Discovery tab, where I will unselect the IP broadcast option, as well as any other discovery options that may also be selected. I will now click the OK button to return to the dashboard. I can now get to work connecting BRAdmin to Azure, using the Azure blob and table links that I explained how to create in the previous video. To do this, I will click the New Azure Profile option. and ensure that the Enable tick box is selected. Then paste the blob URL into here, and the table URL into here. To confirm, I will click the OK button. Since this was the first time I connected BRadmin to this particular Azure profile, I am able to change some default settings. In this example, I will change the default name, which is Azure One, to the actual name of my customer, which is Jevons Supermarkets. The polling period is how often BRadmin clients that I'm going to install in another video will check for new instant tasks being triggered by BRadmin Master. And this is how often they will upload their device logs to Azure. These values set how often BRadmin clients need to check the status of devices they are directly communicating with, which in turn is sent to Azure, which is then picked up by the master BRadmin. To confirm these settings, I will click the Upload button. As you can see, the new name is also reflected here. At this moment in time, I have connected BRadmin to only one of my customers' Azure blob and table. I will now show you how to connect it to another one. Again, I will ensure that the new profile is enabled, and then paste my other customer's unique set of blob and table URLs, which I will assign the name of my other customer, which is Aiden Pharmacy. Again, I will click the Upload button to confirm these settings. I am now ready to prepare and install the BRadmin client, which I will demonstrate in the next video. Until then, thank you for watching.